9. Let's get stuck in. Okay. Now, the good thing Mr. Dyson came through, and I have my spacers now. So, thanks, Dave. Appreciate that, mate. All it is it's an alloy piece of alloy bar turned to 60mm, threaded right the way through. So I can, rather than make them more complicated, that was the right way to go. And because they're threaded right through, if they're a little bit too long, I can cut them down if necessary, and then just run a tap straight through again or whatever. So they will now give me the ability to mount onto here and hold that tail at the height that I want it while I start doing the measuring and cutting for this, which kind of all important really. So here is the plan. Assortment of fasteners, stainless, obviously. Anyway, let's get these on and I'll show you what I have in mind. Right, now with those brackets properly prepared now, there you go, just deburred, borderline countersunk, just so that the bolts go right through. There's 7, I'm using M6 bolts for all this, they're more than enough certainly in stainless, so there's 7mm holes, which gives me a little bit of movement. And that's important just for fine tuning so that something doesn't sit cockeyed. It doesn't need much movement because obviously there's lots of different bolt holes. There's the bolt holes on there which are about 8mm, there's those which are 7mm, so there's quite a lot of kind of lozenging space for it to wriggle about in there, so that's cool. They'll all get kind of smoothed off properly and painted and maybe even powder coated when the time comes. Same as all this will get done, but this is dry build so it doesn't work that way, not yet. Right, let's just build this on here and show you what I mean. Just so you can see how I'm going to lift this height up. I'll show you what I mean. Now we see if measuring twice and cutting once actually works. When I measured these, I simply held this at the height I wanted, slid my hand underneath, and I could roughly get 3 fingers in, and that's roughly 50 to 60mm. So I said to Mr. Dyson, 60mm should be fine. Let's see if it was. Oh baby, I freak myself out sometimes. Awesome. Let's give you a look at this. Oh, I love it when it comes together. Let's get you down from there. Hang on. Now, you can even see from here straight away, that's the frame line. There's the bit of frame rail. Look at that, baby. Sometimes it just works. Look at that. All the way up. Almost exactly right. That is a washer difference. That one's a bit lower purely because when y'all look up underneath here, you can probably see it, but there it is, right, these are sitting a little bit cockeyed inwards purely because let's get back, come on, light, come on, that's it. These part of the brackets where I relaxed the temper on this and moved them in, because they are mounted all that way down, and these ones are not braced here, but these ones are braced here. As they relaxed, both of these, come on, there's light on, there it is. There's an automatic light on this camera, there it is. Both of these brackets here rotated in just a little bit that way. So the angle line is rotated in probably about 1 degree that way, which is easy enough. It will just go in the vise and it will just get opened up. You know, in terms of its 90 degrees, it will get opened up a little bit like that. So, oh, come on. So that at the top there is the point of contact, which is, honestly was just a 3, you know, I looked at that gap there, I stuck 3 fingers in that gap, it looked about 50-60 mil and I guessed it. Because this being alloy steel, aluminium bar, I can simply grind it down, just put it on a lapper and take a mil or 2 out of it very easily indeed, and then just run a tap through to re-align the thread. So there we are, brackets in place, they are on, and I think you'll agree that suddenly, where are we, come on, sits at a far better height now. That's much better, really much better. And you can see now I'm not going to use, I'm going to do this now, that's today's fun and games. I'm going to cut that into this part here, so it's up, but it is not coming up any higher than 1 inch or 2 here and then tapering in. I'm not going to have this stupid big rooster head on it. Anyway, talking too much, not doing enough. Just look at the line on the wall, standing here, the line between the red and the grey on the wall behind. Okay, lines up there, comes along about 2 inches down. So if we come there, where are we? There, coming along just a little bit down, and that's lovely because then it gives me time to put that edge in there, bring it down, and remember the back wheel's off the ground, the front wheel's on the ground, so that needs to be a little bit higher than that while it's on the paddock stand for it to be level when it's on the wheels. But the conquest so far is that absolutely brilliant, fits just perfectly on the rails, which I think you know is what I intended. Just needs a little bit more trimming on the sander just to get that out of the way. Superb, mundo. Right.
driving in my car on a mission to see how far. Is this the end of the road for me? We'll have to wait and see.
Now, as this is for me, fundamentally, certainly in the outset, a few of you have mentioned or asked, is this gap big enough for my ass? Well, we'll find out. I wanted this further forward so it's got more of a slant but not enough room, so trimmed it back, put it in there. It's still too big, it's still going to be smaller than this. I just want to check, literally I'm just checking distance between here and here now. So what we're going to do is tape it in place. Roughly, just very roughly, where it's going to sit. And then sit on it and see if it's a goer. Right, let's get up on it. That's as near as, damn it, as big as it's going to be. I can make it smaller, I can bring that back, I can do so much still. I haven't even tack welded anything yet. I'm just cutting a little bit at a time to make sure I don't cut too much. You can't uncut a cut measured twice, cut once, da-de-da. So this front's got to have a lot of work yet, but I'm just measuring literally the gaps to see if I can fit on it. Be a little bit higher, so there we are, perfect. Loads of room. Probably got about 3 or 4 more inches movement than is tight, so that's fine. Plenty of comfy, excellent. And I'll be sitting higher because there'll be a seat in there, and there's a good hand behind, so that's fine. That's that one answered. Right, let's get this off and let's look at what's next. I've roughly got that cut now. Roughly, I've got the profile around here correct now, which is the hardest part, is to get that, Christ, it's about a 5-dimensional profile to cut that shape exact all the way around, so it's touching all the way around, because it's got to be welded all the way around. So let's put it on the bench. A little think about what's next. I'm going to take one more pass round this with the snips and take another 10mm off, because that's just a little bit too deep. It wants to be probably about 3 inches at the most, just to capture the Sportster tank curves here. Anything below that is surplus to requirements. So I'm going to take one more pass on that, because there's going to be, this is flat in the top, this section, and that's going to have to be blended over with some fiberglass just to get that absolutely right. Or maybe just hammered out a bit, I don't know. Maybe just planish that out into a curve, don't know. This one now is just going to take one more pass around there. It fits all the way around. That's nice, that's nice. There's no gaps. And then it will sit a bit lower, and then once that's on, then we know what's next.
Can you see the end of the line? I woke up just in time. Thoughts and images all keep flooding the room. It's all pictures of you. Got to see the end, don't wanna get the bends. Take it nice and slow, gotta be the way to go. Gotta see the end, don't wanna get the bends, so I take it nice and slow, cause it's gotta be the way to go. Got to see the end, don't wanna get the bends. Take it nice and slow, gotta be the way to go, way to go. Another million on the floor, trying to work out what's the score.
Alright, next thing's pretty obvious really, isn't it? This is tapered in with a cut down the middle, and that's got to be the same. What I've got to do now is taper this top tank so that these sides follow these sides. It's kind of I mean, they kind of almost do, so there isn't much work to do. Probably a reasonably small taper, but it will be the same as before. A single cut down the middle, overlap it, and then hold it, cut down, weld, da-di-da, and then I've got this. These indents in the side here now, which will be blended like that and there, will be bigger. There'll be more flat space here, so it will look less tall. So it will take height out of here by moving this into a point at the back to kind of match that. At the moment there is squareness to this. Much as I can cut a point in it, I want to kind of bring the sides in as well. So it just means a cut right up the centre, zip it up the middle and bring it in and see what happens. It's all trial and error. Get the cut around.
I'm confused and feeling used, it's true. What can you do? I'm on the plane and I feel the same. Personalities can be changed. Image can, but you should know about that. And that's a fact. Got to see the end, don't wanna get the bends. Take it nice and slow, gotta be the way to go. Gotta see the end, don't wanna get the bends, so I take it nice and slow, cause it's gotta be the way to go. Got to see the end, don't wanna get the bends. Take it nice and slow, gotta be the way to go, way to go. Such pain when you can't cry and you reach out and disappear, and once again you wonder why. So I start another day, but I don't remember yesterday. Here I am on my way. Get it, you said it, you're getting hit, getting hit.
Okay, against my better wishes, 12:30, half an hour longer than I intended to work on this today, but there we are, a great deal smaller than it was. Let's show you it on here. Actually, let's just bring it in, pop it on. A cheeky bit of tape, just hold it still, because I just know you're gonna love this. have a look. Right, here we go. Now the profile line along this edge is nice now. That looks a lot better. It gives more flat section at the top showing, so that when that's blended, because you need quite a bit of flat, because the blend is going to take up an inch of it. If that was too close to the edge and you try and blend it, it will just go straight, and it wants to be like that. And that was about the same as this, so that will just get like an inch blend in there with fiberglass along, round, that will blend in. Now there is an area, this kind of area here, we talked about a spine, or I talked about a spine. I can still bring a spine from there and then splay it out V in the middle. There's loads of creative sculpture type stuff, I can do that. Anyway, that's given me, just ignore that a minute, that's given me so far what I wanted, which is that height. Stand back out of the way, tripping over stuff here. The height, 1, 2, 3 is now bang on. Remember, that's off the ground and that's not. So the height's all correct in sense of where that stands, and I've just got to get the front dealt with next. This is going to take a bit of head scratching, because I want to come back about an inch into this. I want to put a curve that way into that, but from kind of here to here. So I want to start, imagine if you had like a magic wand or a gas axe or something, you just go straight in there, straight across there, and straight out the other side. So basically taking a nice gentle curve from there to there, curving inwards, meet up against the ECU, so it will just sit 5mm off that with a little pad, and then that will roll right across, taking out quite a lot of this extra, which is why I haven't bothered welding this hole up or worrying about this joint here, because there'll be a cut going 1, 2, right the way up, down, across. Now, because I can't cut that if it's one piece, I have to keep this detachable, so I can't weld it on today, and I haven't got time anyway. 20 to 1 now, came in here at whatever it was, 8:30ish, so you know, that's it, I've run out of time. I start work at 2 o'clock, so I've got to crack on. So there we are. So far, the taper, happy with that. That taper is right. We stand there, it's a little bit, there you go. You've got, there you go, you've got tapers there and there. All the tapers are roughly in the same place, so that's pretty good. All right, so there we are. Lots more to do, lots and lots more to do. I mean, yeah, that may even go down further yet. I may cut that yet and another entire inch. I'm just not sure, but you can't uncut a cut, so I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Right, so yeah, that's it, 4 hours today. Not bad really, considering I'm working as well. And I'm just going to have to stand still for a minute on this. Like I said so many times, make every project into a series of micro projects, and then you won't go the wrong way on something and have to reverse back out and go out another way. I'm just trying to do this as efficiently as possible. Just not sure. That depth is too much right now, but that's right, I like that. I can go down probably another inch, but then I start to lose, remember when I blend it, I start to lose the upright. You need 2 inches of upright for a 1 inch blend. So you've got a 1 inch blend, then 1 inch of upright, so it looks correct, and I've got that here, for instance. So I'm kind of governed on so many dimensions that I can't do I can't do the first thing that comes to mind, is what I'm saying. But at the moment, I'm happy with that. That's the point, but like this, I'm happy with where that is. This front has got to be cut back about an inch. You know, if I could kind of magic slot straight down there in a curve, that's going to be some awkward cutting. This is the same. I mean, this took probably 4 hours today just to cut that bottom profile so it matches that perfectly. It's all right measuring it with a bit of cardboard and showing how it's done, but actually doing it is the next thing. So that's another job all over again. And then obviously tapering that, which looks nice now. That's a lot nicer than the kind of fatness, because I think that squareness just makes the back end look too bulky. It being a point is good, I like that. So there we are. I'm just waffling now, so I'm going to leave it at that. chuffed with it. I just need some time to think like all these things while I'm working today, and that will give me the next step. And that's all I'm going to be thinking about, is how to cut. I'm going to cut the two panels separately and then match them up and then weld them together. Then that's one panel. And then, like I said, like I alluded to earlier, the kind of faux exhaust tubes in the belly pan, I've got all this space and they're so cool. I could do 3 in there or something, I don't know. There's so much scope, there really is. That then visually would break up that expanse of bodywork. I don't want to just rely on the paintwork, because the paint scheme that we're planning is pretty cool and pretty disruptive in that sense. It's pretty patinated. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. You'll see. But like I've always believed, any bike, the shape of it, the body, if you're designing the bodywork yourself, it must look good in primer before it'll ever look good in paint. The paint in anything is always the crowning glory. It makes it look even betterer. But if it looks crap in the first place, paint won't save that. It simply won't. You just, well, look at the old phrase, you're just polishing a turd, aren't you? And that's what I want to avoid. So while I've still got some time on this, this section here as well has got to be considered. Once that's done, then I'm moving on to this bit. Then it will be the whole thing. I've got some really strong mounts there, and I'll be mounting it this end of the front. Those at the back may end up just supports, because they've got threads in. I can put rubbers on top of them, so this just literally sits on them, on rubbers, and moves around. Somebody suggested that, little cotton reel type things. The bolt holes, now where this sits, it hides where the bolt would go, so I may possibly, I was thinking while I was welding today, I may just put rubbers on those 4 tops, so that simply just holds them, and then it will be bolted on the front here instead, which is exactly how I did the Bandit. So, you know, there's options with everything, and I'll think along as I go. But happy with that, I'm going to leave it there. So I'll leave you with the Wall of Friends. Thank you for the latest one. Everybody, if you haven't sent us a plate, if you don't know what this is, the Wall of Friends is just our way of reaching out to you, saying that if you've got a number plate from your country, elsewhere in the world, not obviously UK, because our UK plates are dead boring, they're just a row of numbers, they don't mean anything. Most of the plates around the world show where you're from, and that's the point of the Wall of Friends. It's just the massive diversity we've got from the Far East to all of the Americas now, North, South America, Canada, most countries in Europe are now covered. We've got Germany, Slovenia, Sweden. We've just got just about everything, and I love that. So let's keep them coming. So if you're allowed to send plates from your country, drop us a line in the comments or whatever, we'll get you an email address. Then you can ask Penny, she'll give you all the land address details to send it to, and then we'll nail it up on the wall. And it's your way of having a little something in this garage workshop, so that it's just a cross connection, a little bit of interaction. All right, there we are, waffling too much, leave it there. Take it easy, I'd say. See you next time.
I thought I heard your words. Tell me, how do I feel? Tell me now, how do I feel? Those who came before me lived through their vocations, from the past until completion. They'll turn away no more. And I still find it so hard to say what I need to say, but I'm quite sure that you'll tell me just how I should feel today.